Work Shoot Show.
Hello, Work Shoot fans, and welcome to the first ever The Work Shoot Show Awards. Yes, it's the Work Shoot Show Awards. I'm your host, Mr. Lyndon Burton, joined by our other host, Mr. Peter McGinn. I'm not going to say co-host because we're both co-hosts. We host this together.
Yeah.
So we got my man Peter McGinn. How you doing, brother? You had a big day yesterday, bro.
Bro, still gas from yesterday, gas from today. I'm just looking forward to the holidays. I'm on vacation. I'm going to Vegas.
Ooh, nice. Who you going to Vegas with? Your family?
I'm going with my mom and then Jay.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Nice. You better get Jay to like gamble.
Well, he's better find something else to do because I'll be doing a lot of gambling.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, like that's what you go to Vegas for, and you better smoke a doobie with him if you're down because it's legal.
I got gummies for
nice.
Vegas.
That's hard.
It's way easier in Vegas to just chill and do gummies and then walk the town.
That's fair. Yeah, see, I've never really experienced Vegas. I've never been there. In the West Coast, I've only been to one city on the West, whereas the East, I've been to a lot. Midwest, I've been on the West Coast. I've only been to LA. And
Vegas is my favorite city in the world. So
real. See, I'm excited.
I'm going to Japan in April, so that might change. But for right now,
that's a pilgrimage for me and you. Like, look at your back wall. Look at this. Like Japan is
look at my entire arm.
Yeah, like it's just Japan's different. And I always said when I go to Japan, I want to not only see like all the kawaii anime otaku stuff, but I want to walk the path of a samurai. Like I want to go to like a temple and like observe and just be silent and just watch and walk the path of a samurai. Also, now that now that like I'm super into wrestling, I kind of want to go like to the Tokyo Dome. Like,
I'm going to a New Japan match up there, so
let's go. Hell yeah. So we're both getting to go to a wrestling match. And let the people know next, I'll let y'all know how it is. And we'll talk more about the current state of wrestling when we get back the episode after Christmas. But I'm going to AEW next week. I get to see Dynamite and Rampage. I'm going to see Death Triangle versus the Elite Match 5. No disqualification. And FTR versus the Ass Boys. And then Jamie Hayter defending her title. I'm sure there's going to be other matches on the card. And then whatever the Rampage stuff is. So I'm super excited. Shout out to my girlfriend. So Pete's going to New Japan. I get to go to AEW. The Work Shoot Show boys out here in the streets. But real quick, before we get to our awards, there's just two news things that we have to cover super fast. The first one is just dumb. The Wall Street Journal basically posted that Vince is getting two more charges or two more accusations, and then was like, well, hey, I want to come back because whoever told me I should retire gave me bad advice because I feel like it would have blown over by now. Vince, let me tell you, it wouldn't have blown over by now. It would have been more talked about, and it would have been louder.
The product is the best it's ever been in, I don't even know, 10 plus years right now.
I feel like he's jealous.
He's 77 years old. He's worth $2.4 billion. Like, my man, go
home.
Go to Bora Bora and sit on a beach or something. Like,
and like Sean Ross Sapp of the wrestling, Fightville reported that the higher ups in WWE do not want him back. So I'm assuming,
nobody does.
Like, I don't even think Stephanie wants him back, and like I don't think Stephanie's gonna let him come back. Like, you shouldn't have given it up, buddy. Like,
the only interesting thing is he's majority stakeholder, and I don't really know how that plays, but I don't think you can just shoot yourself in. But
yeah, I think the board has to vote on it, and I don't know if the board's gonna vote him in, especially with these charges. So like, just let it be, bro. Like, you got away with like everything in the world imaginable you can get away with, and now you're trying to go back to get yourself caught up. Like, what?
Yeah, just get out of here.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of him.
Yeah, me too. And I told myself this: if he comes back, it's gonna go back to how it was when he was here. On how I like AEW more than WWE. When he left, WWE got a lot better, and I was like, ooh, this is pretty equal now.
Infinitely better. You know that he completely ruined NXT, and now they're still. I feel like they're still kind of in stages of like rebuilding it. But it's getting much better.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, don't come back and ruin like everything, please.
I agree. Like, think about how those wrestlers who he didn't like feel if he comes like Io Sky, Dakota Guy, Karrion Kross, Scarlett Bordeaux, the man, what's his Braun Strowman, like all those dudes. Fucked.
Yeah.
So just
get
stay
outta here.
away. Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
bozo.
And now the other big piece of news, which was shocking, Mandy Rose drops her title at NXT and then is fired from the WWE because she has, it's not an OnlyFans, but it's the same thing, Fans Time or Fans or whatever the fuck she got. She got a porn page. And basically they said that she was posting too much stuff that doesn't reflect the WWE's image. I saw it on Reddit because I wanted to know what it was for this. And yeah, no, like it's straight up what it is. Like there's a difference between what she posts and some of the other people who have OnlyFans, basically, because apparently the other people just post bikinis, where she posted everything. Like it was out there.
Yeah, I think it's silly because I think what they have with Mandy, how she got revitalized in NXT to just like a power, like she, I don't know, I don't want to say superstar, but like maybe next tier down.
Yeah,
like she could have been a top player on the main roster.
It would have been a great heel on the main roster that the women's division desperately needs.
Yeah, I wish, I don't know if there's some like backstage conversation, but like at least give her like a heads up, like, hey, we don't condone this. You should stop doing it.
And see, I don't even think it's because of the sexual stuff. If you want me to be honest, Pete, I think it's because they couldn't monetize and get a piece of that bread.
Which is so dumb. They're a publicly traded company. What Mandy Rose does isn't going to affect their bottom line.
Why do you want a piece of her OnlyFans? That's crazy to me.
Well, good news if you're AEW. I would cite her in a millisecond. Your women's roster is lacking, and she can bring something really special to that roster.
Not only that, but the rumor, which at the Tokyo Dome in New Japan for Wrestle Kingdom, Sasha Banks will appear. She's appearing at New Japan Wrestle Kingdom. That has been reported. The rumor is the reason how she's appearing through there is she is Paige's new Saraya's new partner that they've been teasing, and it's gonna be Mercedes, whatever Vernado is All Elite.
That would be insane. I would.
That's the rumor.
That's what AEW needs to. I mean, luckily WWE has Roman, but like that's a whole nother step up for AEW. They've been lacking a women superstar. That is it right there.
Yep. And then like that's the perfect person to battle Jade Cargill. That's the perfect person to battle Baker DMD. And I'm gonna be honest, like we're about to do our awards. I can say this. When it comes to women wrestling, most of the awards I'm giving go to WWE. That's just AEW was a little lackluster in the women's department, in my opinion.
For sure. 100%.
There's only one women's wrestler, and we'll talk about it more in a little bit, that I could justify this year specifically giving it to for AEW, and we'll get to that. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'll say like maybe, but yeah, I mean, out of like because I want to give like a shot to like Stardom, even though I wasn't able to like watch a lot of it. Like,
okay.
Well, just because like that's
number one, huh?
The top 150 wrestlers, the number one was a Stardom wrestler. It's just like I don't have access to it. It's really hard to watch their matches. So like, yeah, most of my women wrestlers are going to be from WWE because AEW just lacks in that field.
Yep, and I think it's big, like you said, that Sasha Banks is going there. That's huge, and she's been training. She worked in Mexico for like a month. Now she's going to New Japan. Like she's about to kill it, and she's doing the Cody Rhodes, man, going around and like just adding up to her repertoire.
And New Japan has a women's division now too, so if she wants to do crossover stuff and.
I mean, put the IG, what is the IWGP belt on her now?
Well, what was it? Because I think Kairi Sane is the champ.
You're right.
Kairi versus Mercedes would be insane. Insane.
But that's pretty much all the news for today. Like I said, we will talk more about the state of AEW champions and all, how Ricky Starks did and MJF and all of that stuff. And WWE Bloodline, Sami Zayn, where we're at. We'll talk all about that on the next episode. This is the end of the year awards, baby. Let's get into it. These are our categories. We have Best Pay-Per-View, Match of the Year, Wrestler of the Year, Men's and Women's Wrestler of the Year, Biggest Surprise, Best Return, Best Debut, Best Tag Team, Men's and Women's, Best Booker, Best Ring Gear, Worst Match of the Year, Worst Pay-Per-View, and then best heel, and we had one more besides best.
We have
heel.
best and best spot.
And best spot, yes.
Best spot and best feud.
Yes, and best feud. Yep. So let's start with Let's start negative.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Let's start negative. Let's start off with the worst match of the year. So you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
If you want to go first, I got mine ready. If you need.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
My worst match of the year went to Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee at WrestleMania.
See, I didn't even think about that.
That match was fucking ass. I hated everything about it. I hated the implications of it. It was nails on a chalkboard. It was horrendous.
Only reason why I didn't put that down is because I connected it with the theory thing, but he is absolutely right. That is horrible. And just to be a little different, I got Ronda versus Shotzi.
Wow, you think that was the worst match of the year?
Yeah, I'm putting it up there, man. That was horrible. I just did not like that match. It was a snooze fest.
Survivor Series.
Yep. It just wasn't for me. And I did not like that match. I think, and it's not Shotzi's fault. I think Ronda is just not trying.
Wow.
And I want to put that on wax so we could just. If I'm a clip this. And it's mainly Ronda Rousey has to do better. I'm looking in the camera. If you're going to be SmackDown champion, you got to do better, lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a little aggressive, but hey, those are your picks, not mine.
Yes, sir. Look, I'm coming hard with this. We're making waves. All right, let's do worst pay-per-view. I think we have the same one.
Maybe this one will always be my worst pay-per-view as long as it exists. Even if the matches are good, it doesn't matter. It's Crown Jewel. I fucking hate Crown Jewel.
I'll show the like Crown Jewel.
I hate Crown Jewel. I hate everything about it. The build-ups make no sense. The storylines are just thrown together.
And they just drop them. None of them matter now.
It doesn't matter. You're there to serve rich people for their entertainment. And I hate everything about it. It takes away what wrestling is to me. So
I agree.
I hate Crown Jewel with a passion.
1,000%. So Crown Jewel are both of our worst. And that's pretty much because we're not going to do worst wrestler. That's too negative.
Nah.
We were already negative enough. So let's do something fun.
Also, I think we would both pick Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So let's do best ring gear. I think that's interesting.
Okay.
Who do you have?
Well, this is the inner anime nerd in me. And we talked about her earlier. I'm going with Sasha Banks' Sailor Moon uniform from Royal Rumble.
That's great.
Loved it.
That is great. Okay, so for me, I'm giving it to the Drip God. I'm going Seth Rollins, Dusty Rhodes spots, Hell in the Cell, Cody Rhodes.
Great pick.
Because of just how good it looked, how he kind of channeled RVD as well, but how it was a shot at Dusty, plus Dusty and Seth had history, and it was psychological as well as Drip.
Yep. No, so, that's a great pick. I love it.
And also got to say, Seth Rollins, he killed it this year in terms of looks.
I think you could have done 3 different Seth Rollins looks for it. Yeah.
And in terms of our anime love in comic books, I got to say Jade Cargill had some winners and some losers.
Huge done on the last pay-per-view. But yes, I agree.
Her She-Hulk was great. I'll give her
She-Hulk was great. Whatever one that was in the last pay-per-view, that was horrendous.
Oh, yeah, Chitara or Cheetah from Thundercats. Yeah, that was not good.
That was trash.
All right, going right up. Best Booker. This is interesting because you could give it to Vince. You could give it to Triple H.
I could not give it to Vince. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but I'm just saying, there's multiple places we could go. You could give it to Gordon for the NWA.
I think this one for me was pretty clear just based off what we got this year. I'm going with Tony Khan. Yeah, I thought what he did with AEW and with the storylines, I thought it worked really well. I mean, honorable mention to Triple H, but
yeah.
I think Tony did a great job this year.
I agree. And to that point, Triple H did really good to end the year, but I just think Tony had a longer reign of just doing well. If Triple H had a full year, I might give it to Triple H. We shall see next year. But Tony did it for longer. I'm gonna give the nod to the man who did it for longer, and he's newer in this, whereas Triple H has experience. So for someone who's very new to give us some of the matches that he gave us, bravo, Tony Khan.
I just want Tony Khan to stop doing press conferences.
Yeah,
that should be for the wrestlers, not for his ego.
Mm-hmm. He really doesn't even need to be like on camera talking. You know what I'm saying? Like doing the Vince McMahon thing. He doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, he could do like the introduction or something like that, but he's always sitting next to people doing these
and hugging them.
Like, get out of here, Tony.
He's doing his best Drake impression, like hugging Okada, making Okada feel so uncomfortable.
yeah, get out of here. Just run your company and book well, and stop trying to be the face of it. But
all right, let's get into some of the more interesting ones. We're gonna save Wrestler of the Year obviously for last. Okay. So let's do something a little interesting. Best tag team.
Oh, I think we both have the same one for this one, but I'm gonna
maybe
count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star FTR, baby.
Okay.
How can you not go FTR?
Okay.
They had an insane year.
Oh man,
they won everything.
You're
with
right.
AEW belts.
You're right. And like, okay, so right on my list, I've written the Usos, FTR, and the Acclaimed.
Okay.
And look, we're gonna talk through this. I'm giving the Acclaimed honorable mention.
Okay.
One AEW champion. I think if this was the most over tag team, it would be them.
Yeah.
But in terms of performance and in terms of overness as well, because we have to include that as well, 5-star FTR just freaking killed it. And I think they fought more difficult matches than the Usos, and that's why I can't give it to the Usos.
Oh man, their whole run this year was just incredible. I think it was this year. I think it was earlier this year where they got to retire the Midnight Express, like their heroes. Like they got to do everything and win everything except for one belt.
Yep. And their matches with the Briscoes are up there for match of the year. The one that just happened,
the final battle one, yeah.
My goodness. So FTR's great. My women's tag team of the year, going with Sasha Banks and Naomi before they left. They were the best.
Oh wow.
They were the best. They killed it.
I would probably just go with I don't know.
The NXT champions?
I don't even know if like the champs this year were like my favorite women's tag team. I'll be honest.
Interesting.
Wasn't really like my favorite division where I followed it too much. Like I might just give it to like Damage Control out of like
Io Sky and Dakota Kai.
Yeah, just like out of like I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with anyone that really stood out, to be honest.
And AEW doesn't do women's tag teams, so
no,
they don't. But and that's why I had to give it to Sasha Banks and Naomi, because when they performed, that WrestleMania stuff they were doing was just great. And then
the whole controversy around it got so much buzz too.
That
was a wild time.
Yes, it was. That was right when we started too. That
was wild. I forgot all about that. I remember like Corey Grace said some shit on air, and it's like, you rat.
They threw it. He threw her under the bus, like both of them, like crazy. I'm very interested to see what Naomi does now, since like Sasha Banks is doing New Japan. She's going back to WWE. Yeah,
like her husband's there. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now let's do best debut.
Ooh, this one. I think this one's gonna catch you a little off guard because it's not actually a wrestler.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go with William Regal at AEW Revolution, switching over from being this NXT chairman to now voice of the Blackpool Combat Club. And to me, it was something I didn't think I would see just because of his history with WWE, but it opened up a lot of doors where like anything is possible. Yeah, I loved William Regal.
So
and his short run at AEW that lasted like 8 months.
Yeah, sad for that. But like I get it. He's Triple H's right-hand man, and if Triple H is in charge, he's going back. Like, and if Vince comes back, he's gonna go back to AEW.
Yep, peace. Yep, he's out.
But okay, so for me, debut means going from either a company or the indies to a place you've never been before. Return means coming back. So those WWE guys who came back, those are returns. Yep. So for me, the debut that impacted me the most was Claudio Castagnoli joining the BCC.
Yeah.
When that happened, the pop was great. And unlike CM Punk, it lasted. He's the Ring of Honor champion. The impact he had was real. And like, it made me fall in love with Cesaro all over again. And it was just like, I'm so happy he's back in wrestling. This needed to happen.
And the thing about Claudio was when he got released from WWE, I think a lot of people thought that he would go to AEW like really fast.
But he didn't.
He didn't. It took like 6 to 8 months.
He was on IG just saying he's training. I remember like leading up to it, like the rumors. This is why I gave it to it. It was like looking at his IG. Is he coming? Isn't he coming? And like the BCC needed a member bad to fill in to fight the JSS, the JAS, and like all of a sudden, boom, uppercuts. And then I just remember us looking into the beef with Eddie Kingston, and they had all of that. So just the debut of Claudio had so much impact. It was awesome.
Now that you said that, I wish I could have given my Wrestler of the Year to Eddie Kingston. I wish he had the first half of the year match the second half of the year, because that dude was on fire.
He was.
Now he's nowhere. Now he's on the pre-show.
Yeah. He almost had moment of the year with that gasoline.
The gasoline thing. Oh my God. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next up we have Best Return. Now this is someone going back to a company that they got.
I think we're on the same one.
Yeah. It's
Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Come on.
Something. Cody Rhodes. Like, bro, Cody's incredible. Like he came in like a superhero. The debut was amazing. I bought it. He is easily the most over babyface in WWE right now. If you include the return and then the incredible match with Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell, get better, Cody, because we need you back in WWE.
Yep. I mean, I think I watched that return like 30 times on YouTube. Like nothing even comes close this year.
No. Is there anything second that you think might, like, it's not Karrion Kross?
No, not at all.
Like,
maybe we just talked about it, but just like kind of how talking like about surprise, maybe not like a return or anything like that, but just like kind of how the whole Naomi and Sasha thing got handled was just I was surprised by how poorly that was handled. It was incredibly poorly handled.
And like they just didn't agree to terms, and like they just let literally arguably the biggest woman star walk. Like, geez, like Becky's not in Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like she is. Sasha Banks is a star, and they just let her go. But I guess my second would be maybe Braun Strowman, because like I was really big into watching like Ryback's lives on TikTok for a little bit and just hearing about Control Your Narrative. And I just never thought the monster of monsters, after all he said about Control Your Narrative and his own thing, would ever come back. I was just shocked.
Yeah.
So
talk all that trash. Then once that paycheck comes, you revert pretty quick.
Yes, sir. He was not standing on that one. All right. Biggest surprise of the year.
Okay. This one is kind of similar to Sasha, whatever, where it's not an actual, like, well, it is a wrestler, but like not a match or anything like that. I'm just gonna go with the overall downfall of CM Punk.
Yes, that's where I was at with it as well.
He literally went from my favorite wrestler of all time to somebody that I have like almost zero respect for anymore.
And the funny thing is, watching like his intro interviews in the AEW, like, yeah, I'm here to work with these young guys. Like, I'm so excited. And then at the end, I work with children. I can't stand them. Tony doesn't do shit about them. And I'm just like, I watched it again recently just to see if this was my biggest surprise. And I was like, damn, he really talked to Tony kind of dirty. And Tony was just taking it.
Just lack of respect, egomaniac, which it hurts me to say that because, like,
you love that guy.
At a time where I watched zero wrestling, I would watch for CM Punk. And just all that went out the window when when you take it outside of the ring and you make it personal, it's just terrible.
Yeah, it just doesn't work, man. It really doesn't. So, hey, I'm sorry, CM Punk, but yeah, your biggest surprise of the year. All right, let's go to best spot of the year.
Okay.
What you got?
This one's fun for me because this one is a multiple spot because it's happened multiple times, but it's anytime Pac gets DDT'd and it looks like he breaks his entire body. will never get sick of that spot. It is hilarious. He sells it like he just got
amazing.
He looks like he walked over a claymore or something like that. Like
I know the one we did for Full Gear. I think that was the Full Gear review. Man, he looked like he was just about to die. Like it was bad. So I like that. That's a great
I also
spot.
have a worse spot if you want to do it real quick.
Ooh, okay, what you got?
It was oh my god, what pay-per-view was it? It was Riddle versus Rollins.
I know you did the cage.
Riddle's will do like this back bump, but like was too scared to jump off the ring. So he kind of looked like he just like floundered onto Seth, and I hated that spot. It lives rent free in my head.
And Jungle Boy did that spot 10 times better at Full Gear.
Yep, yes he did.
When he jumped off onto Luchasaurus. So shout out to Jungle Boy. But my best spot is Final Battle. The freaking FTR pulling the Briscoes on with the freaking chain onto the chairs, bro. That shit looked dangerous. And at the same time, one of them's pulling him off the high rope onto the ground while the other's in the ring pulling him into the chair. Oh, if you want to see a bloody match with crazy spots, Briscoes versus FTR Final Battle. I had to give that match some love because it's not getting my match of the year, but I had to give it some love. So, cool. All right, feud of the year. What you got?
I think this one was. It's only lasted a few matches, but I think the impact was. I mean, I think we're still talking about it today. I'm going with Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
Yep, and you read my mind. That's exactly where I'm going as well. The way that Seth put over Cody, the way that it just flowed, the like you said, the impact of it, all the history, the legacy, and then to see Cody when he takes off that shirt, just red, and then Seth hitting him with the sledgehammer, and just brilliant. Yep. But honorable mention BCC versus JS.
Yep, I love that one too. So much fun.
It just got old after a while.
It did. I'm glad. Yeah, it was maybe a few matches too long, but I would still say overall it was really good.
And honestly, I would say Eddie Kingston versus Jericho might even be a little bit better because you get the gasoline can.
Yo, Eddie Kingston versus himself.
Good point. All right, we got heel of the year, which I'm sure.
Well, this might be a little different because if you've listened to previous episodes, I think Roman Reigns is above a heel or a face. I think he transcends that, whatever that is. So it's not Roman Reigns.
I know who you're giving it to.
I'm going MJF. the just insane year. The swerve. He did so many different unique twists with like when he was in Buffalo and he came out in the Josh Allen jersey. He's like, Buffalo, and the crowd's going crazy. Yeah. Like, yeah, we love you. You're like, the devil, but Josh we love Allen. You. And then he takes off. He's like, are you kidding me? The city sucks. It's every time. It hits every time. I'm giving it to MJF.
I knew you were. I loved it. I'm glad you did. I do have honorable mention, Swerve Strickland. I think next year, when he's on his own and he's just embracing the heel, that's when to come. But I'm not giving to MJF, and I think this may say my wrestler of the year, but I had to find something to give to Roman, and I have to give Roman heel of the year. That's way fair. He just runs WWE, no one can touch the bloodline. Dude is a mafia boss that just sits on top of the throne, and it's just come to me if you will.
Notice how we don't have like best storyline because like what's the point?
It's the bloodline.
It's just like come on. Roman transcends the industry right now.
He does.
It's insane.
There's no AEW storyline that even comes close.
I don't even think there's. I don't even know.
There's not even a WWE storyline that comes close. I
don't even think there's a storyline that lasts like 10 years that comes close.
No,
like,
you're
regardless of promotion.
You're right. You're absolutely insane. Right. The only thing I can think of is like the Golden Lovers.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe some like Bullet Club stuff with like like when AJ got kicked out and then Kenny came over and that whole like build up to like what Bullet Club is with the Elite. Like that transcended the industry. I mean, like, because of them, there's a new promotion.
And then Kenny Okada, like, that's the only thing that I can think of that comes close to the Bloodline. Yep. But the Bloodline is like Attitude Era level greatness.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's like DX suck it level. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what we're talking.
Feeling Usi. Shout out to Sami Zayn. We haven't said his name once, but like, shout out to the Master Strategist. All right. So now let's get into best match, because wrestler of the year is. Or do you want to do best pay-per-view before best match?
Whatever you want to do.
It's up to you. You pick.
Let's do best match.
All right, best match.
This one I went back and forth on.
I'm so tough. You got any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions: Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have that written down as well.
Okada versus Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom.
Ooh, okay, good one.
And FTR versus the Briscoes at the one that just happened.
Yep, Final Battle. I have Sheamus Gunther as well as honorable mention. I have FTR Briscoes Final Battle honorable mention, and I have Cody versus Seth Hell in a Cell honorable mention.
All right.
I swerved on
I was wondering if we we're going to have the same ones, but we don't. So my match of the year is Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Yep. Hell in a Cell.
I gave so much love to Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and it's literally an amazing match. When I chose this, I wanted to choose one that felt just as good as that one, but it shocked me because I didn't expect it to happen. I expected it to be a bloodbath. I expected it to be over in 2 minutes. I expected this guy to just clobber him. But the other man showed that he's a real wrestler, and it made me become a real fan of this guy. I'm going Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy, match of the year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Orange Cassidy surprised the hell out of me. And like, Will Ospreay is amazing, and that match. I still watch clips of it to the day. It just blew my mind with how good Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay tangled up together.
Wow, that is. I'm not mad because I did enjoy that match a lot. I'm just surprised it's your favorite.
Yeah, man. No, like, it blew my mind. Like, I tweeted about it so much. People were tweeting back at me like, yeah, you better respect Orange Cassidy's game. And after that, like, Pac Orange Cassidy, you know how much we love that. Like, I've just been following him ever since. Like, I thought it would be easy for me to give it to Cody and Seth. You know how much I love Cody and Seth.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I just wanted to swerve on him for one of them. So
I love it.
Like, my wrestler of the year is obvious. So, like, if I'm not going to swerve in certain places, I got to swerve there. All right, best pay-per-view. What you got?
Okay, honorable mention to Clash at the Castle. I think Clash at the Castle, for me, not only was it an incredible pay-per-view, but I like this in all my media where I go into expecting that it's going to be bad, and it ends up being, like, amazing, which then makes it incredible because I thought it was going to be bad. That's what Clash at the Castle for me was, where it's like, okay, like, I've seen Sheamus wrestle a bunch of times. I'm not the biggest Sheamus fan, and then that match with Gunther was just like, holy fuck.
It was great.
This match is great. The Roman versus Drew McIntyre match
incredible.
With Solo showing up was just so well done. The whole card itself was just really well done. So honorable mention to the Clash at the Castle. But that being said, another reason why Tony Khan was my Booker of the year, I am going with Forbidden Door as my pay-per-view of the year.
Nice.
For us marks, it gave us everything that we kind of wanted from a pay-per-view crossover. It was a good mix between who won and who lost. Just an overall fantastic pay-per-view, fantastic booking. The matches, some of these are just dream matches that we've seen that we got to see, and because of that, I
like it.
But it's funny, like, I don't know if I want like Forbidden Door like every year, but if we got like Forbidden Door like every like 4 years, I think that'd be like really fun.
That would be great. No, that would be incredible. See, oh man, I don't know what to give it to. I'm being honest with you right now.
It's tough. There's a lot. Even something like Survivor Series was
was great.
I mean, like there was one stinker, but every match was like really solid. Like WrestleMania, like night one was like really solid.
Okay, like, I think you nailed it on the head for me. I think I'm going Survivor Series with only one match I didn't like. Yeah. Like I liked Finn and AJ. I liked the War Games at the end. Like, no, I'm giving that honorable mention. Honorable mention. I can't give it to it because the Ronda match sticks. That's my worst.
Yeah, right. It's just like if you remove that match, like Survivor Series is to me probably like a top 4 pay-per-view. Man, but the Ronda match exists. So
the Ronda match exists, bro. Like it is so just I think I'm gonna go with an AEW pay-per-view. I think I'm going with, and I think this is the one that really made me like fall in love with AEW, and I think it was like great. I'm going with, I'm doing it, even though this is the CM Punk Championship.
Double or Nothing.
Going Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
For the gasoline can of Eddie Kingston and with the Blackpool Combat Club versus Jericho Appreciation Society. I loved Adam Cole defeated by Samoa Joe. Like Samoa Joe whooped his ass. The House of Black defeated by Death Triangle. Really good pack match. Jade Cargill doing her thing. The Young Bucks losing to the Hardys, I believe. No, the Hardys defeated. Yeah, the Young Bucks losing, and this starting like the inevitable downward spiral of the Young Bucks. And then I loved Hookhausen, great tag team. And then this was the rise of Wardlow over MJF.
Yep.
So, and Swerve in Our Glory, Jurassic Express defeated Swerve in Our Glory. So,
yep, great card. Yeah, I just think Forbidden Door, what AEW did there, was just a little bit cooler with the crossover. But
for sure,
in terms of like quality of matches, I think it's like on par because that was like Jericho Society versus
Eddie Kingston and BCC. Yeah. That's gas can match, brother.
Probably I'd say like if I had like a photo of the year, it would be between like I think neck and neck would be between Gas Can, Eddie Kingston, and Torn Pec Cody Rhodes.
Those are the two biggest like pictures of the year. And I would say this has two of the best women's matches for AEW with Jade Cargill beating Anna Jay and then Britt Baker beating Ruby Soho.
Yep.
So I'm going with Double or Nothing. And now Wrestler of the Year. Let's start off with our Women's Wrestler of the Year, Bianca Belair for me. But honorable mention, Jade Cargill.
I think Jade Cargill will hold this spot in like 2-3 years when she gets a little bit more experience under her belt. But this is the year of Bianca.
Bianca's John Cena, man. She is like she's gonna go down as like if Sasha Banks is Stone Cold, then she's John Cena. She's next right after.
She got the belt at WrestleMania. That pop was huge, and then she finally got the whole year to run with it. Like
she dominated.
It was her time to shine. It's her time to get her run in.
I just think of the ladder match with her and Bayley, how like extreme that was.
That match was great.
Dominated.
That was a really good match. Yeah, just they screwed her over the first time. They're making up for it now, and she shouldn't have lost in the first place, but she deserves it. And it was the year of Bianca.
She killed it. All right, now it's time for Wrestler of the Year. I want to give honorable mention to Sami Zayn.
Yep.
I want to give honorable mention to Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
I want to give honorable mention to MJF. I want to give honorable mention to Kenny Omega just for coming back and being a badass. Because he's always. And I want to give honorable mention to Hangman Adam Page, who had a great year this year.
Okay.
And Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins is always incredible.
I'll say we had almost the same honorable mentions. Viable mentions. Sami Zayn took a joke into the greatest thing of all time.
He had a match that you didn't like. I liked. He started off the year WrestleMania with Johnny Knoxville, which you thought was dumb as hell.
No. I love that.
Okay, wait. I thought you didn't like it.
No. I love that.
Okay,
match.
I was about to say that match was great.
That match was genius.
I was okay. So then it's another friend of mine that doesn't like. I don't remember who it is.
I
thought it was you. Okay,
I was like, that was maybe my favorite match.
Okay, I was about to say that match was great. Okay, cool. Well then, yeah, he goes from that match, Johnny Knoxville, people putting him in the comedy role, to now kept the bloodline alive and thriving. Without him, who knows if the bloodline gimmick still works?
Yes. Yep. Sammy killed it. I'm surprised you didn't mention him because he's your boy Mox.
Well, we gotta wait.
AEW for a minute.
He did.
Supposed to go now. Hopefully now he's on his vacation, but I mean, literally,
he's still working.
literally supposed to go on vacation, and just like, oh, just kidding, you're only champ now, and you have to run the company. And then also Seth Rollins, who's just
incredible,
someone who completely reinvents himself time after time. I don't know if he's ever missed once. He's just.
If it wasn't for Roman, he'd be the guy. Like,
I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the best wrestlers WWE's ever had. He's that good. And this year he killed it. He did.
He falls in that category of Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, just the best wrestlers in WWE history. Bryan Danielson. Like, I would love to see Seth Rollins versus Kenny Omega. That's the dream match.
Not only best like wrestler, but also like best personality.
Promo. Yeah,
just everything. He's the full package. Like,
100%.
Whatever he's getting paid, it's not enough.
I agree. So my wrestler of the year, you asked where was Mox. Yep. This is where Mox falls, man. I wanted to give Roman something. Mox really carried AEW on his back this year. And then I watched some of his GCW matches, like his matches outside of AEW, some of the New Japan stuff he did. Like, dude just goes hard as hell. And I just picture that. I just have that picture on my phone where his face is bloodied and the AEW championship is on his shoulder. And it's just beautiful to me. Jon Moxley was my favorite wrestler this year. He gets wrestler of the year for me.
All right.
You knew I had to show him some love at some point.
Of course.
If Roman's getting healed...
I thought you were going Roman. That's why I was like, he didn't say Mox. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. My guy, he not only he didn't get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but 6 5-star matches this year alone across probably 4 continents and like 7 countries, led a new trio of people.
Yep.
To rise in stardom. He is the best in-ring wrestler in the world. I'm going Will Ospreay.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad we both showed love to Ospreay in some form or fashion, because that guy's incredible. He's the future. like after Kenny Omega and Seth Rollins, when you say who's the best wrestler in the world, it is him.
I think he is in ring the best wrestler.
Yeah,
in the world.
bro. He's this generation's guy.
Yeah, I don't care if people think he's spotty. He matches up with anybody. He can do anything. He's got even like this was like 2 years ago, just to prove people wrong. He went heavyweight. He went from like 195 to 230. Just like, fuck you, I can do this at 232, and he did. And like, insane.
I don't know if there's anyone that like, you know how when we say Seth Rollins, you say Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson. Like, I don't know if there's anyone that comes close in his like class. Like, MJF's not the type of wrestler he is. Like, no. I'm sorry. Like, I know Orange Cassidy did a good job, but like, he's not with Will Ospreay. I'm trying to think of other young guys. Darby Allin, no. Sammy Guevara, no. Like, Carmelo Hayes, as much as I love that brother, no. But I will say a Carmelo Hayes Will Ospreay match would be fucking incredible.
Like the only person that even comes close to me is like Phoenix. Like, yeah. Phoenix does like some crazy ass acrobatic shit and can go head like toe to toe with like almost
maybe Ricochet, but he's old.
Ricochet,
there's a match together where they kick ass.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
And that's why I said Carmelo Hayes, because Carmelo Hayes and Ricochet. That's like I didn't mention it, but that's an honorable mention match of the year this year, because that was a great match.
But kind of like how Seth Rollins reinvents himself as a character, Will Ospreay does the exact same thing. Where like right now, as like douchebag heel leading United Empire, going into Wrestle Kingdom fighting Kenny Omega. I love it. He just grew a beard, and I'm like, I fucking love it. Like,
also honorable mention. I gotta shout out the IWGCP champion, or is that right? The
IWGP.
The IWGP champion, Jay White. He had a good year this year.
Yeah, had a good year. Yeah,
good promo.
Good. I really liked him when he came over and did like the Forbidden Door stuff, and he got the win there.
Yeah.
I just think, yeah, I mean, if we're talking like outside WWE and AEW, I don't think anybody touches Ospreay this year.
No, not at all.
On fire. Just, I mean, he's been on fire for like 7 years straight.
No, like, you're right. Like, dude, I mean,
this
great.
year is just, he's so good. I can't, like, there's not many people that I'm going to stay up until 5 a.m. in the morning to watch Wrestle Kingdom for, and Will Ospreay is one of them. And
yeah,
I will be there.
I'm not digging through Vimeo and YouTube and all these places.
Right.
The only 2 people I did that for was Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Like, that's it. Like, if I found the Kazuchika Okada match, cool. If I didn't, cool. But I had to find Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega before I got into these things. That was back when I was asking you questions to send me videos at the start of the year. And like, no, 100%. I love your choice of Ospreay. I love my violent choice of my man, Jon Moxley.
I mean, he carried a fucking company.
Yeah, he did.
Like, come on. That's a great pick.
And like his work in GCW, just deathmatch stuff, was just crazy to say he was doing death matches while still carrying AEW on his fucking back. They gave the belt to CM Punk and he explodes and combusts. And Jon Moxley says, I'm adult. Put it on me, and takes it. And not only does he put MJF over, but does it in a beautiful fashion. Yep. He's the ace of AEW for a reason. I'm giving it to John. I love your choice of Will Ospreay. I love my choice of John. I think we had great choices for the first Work Shoot Show Awards. Let us know in the comments what you think of the Work Shoot Show Awards. Did we get something right? Were you surprised by any of our choices? Do you think we got some things wrong? We want to know. Let us know in the comments on YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you're listening. If you listen on Spotify or Apple, tweet at us and we'll let you know where that is. Pete, tell people they can follow you out on social media.
Yeah, best way to do so, follow my personal account. It's Don't Sweat with 3 T's. Don't Sweat TT. That's my personal account. Otherwise, if you like anime, I tweet. That's mostly what I do. What do you say, Annie? What do you say, ANI on Twitter? Otherwise, like Lynn said, leave a comment or something like that. We can see that. We can comment back to you and stuff like that. So
and join the Discord because we're we're talking in there. So if you want to be there, that's the best place. And we'll have the link in the description of wherever you're listening to this at. So. Follow Pete. Follow me at LynBWT. Join the Discord. This was the Work Shoot Show Awards. Thank you to everybody for watching. And when we come back, we'll start the new year and get ready for not only Wrestle Kingdom, but Royal Rumble and whatever AEW has coming.
Yeah.
So, all right. But until then, peace.
Peace.